Be a bright spot. You never know when a smile, compliment, or kind word can change a person's day.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bright Spot, a virtual discussion bringing you a dose of inspiration while normalizing conversations about mental health and substance use disorders. This show is presented by CNS Healthcare. My name is Kara Johnson, Marketing and Outreach Manager. I am your guest host in today for Nancy Gandolo. We want you to know your mental health matters and it's okay to not be okay. Today's guest is Safaa Elmessiri from Families Against Narcotics, Oakland County, who will be talking about substance use disorders and recovery with us. Safaa, can you please tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Hi, my name is Safaa Elmessiri, and I'm the Oakland County Program Coordinator for Families Against Narcotics. And we're actually a nonprofit organization who assists individuals who are struggling with substance use disorder. We have many different programs that are formed to assist those individuals and their families.
Safaa, can you define what substance use disorders are for our audience?
Sure. Yeah. Substance use disorder, it occurs when the recurrent use of alcohol or drugs causes clinically significant impairment, including health problems, disability, and failure to meet major responsibilities at work, school, home. It is the use of drugs and alcohol. It could be prescription pills. So just because it's called substance use disorder, it doesn't exclude alcohol, like I said. So it includes all of that.
And I know one of the main ways that Families Against Narcotics works with people in the community is through recovery coaches. Can you tell us what recovery coaches are and then what they do to help people with substance use disorders?
Sure, yes. So we do offer peer recovery coaches, and they are individuals in recovery with at least 2 years of sobriety. So there are a person in recovery who walks side by side with individuals seeking recovery from substance use disorder. They help individuals create their own recovery, and they provide emotional and influential support. They also connect these individuals to different resources. They're excellent with, connecting them to certain maybe outpatient clinics, maybe it's schools, any kind of resources, food, shelter, clothing, assistance, whatever it is, they are there for them. They also help identifying triggers, which is very important to a person in recovery, because if you can't really identify your triggers, if something triggers you, you just might be lost and you might end up falling back into your addiction. They also attend 12-step programs together if they're interested in that pathway to recovery. So also a peer recovery coach assists individuals who are seeking recovery. If they're actively using drugs or alcohol, they will assist them into getting into treatment or into a detox. They walk hand in hand with them throughout the whole process. Even when they're in treatment, they go visit them, maybe once or twice. And then when they come out, they work with them for 90 days. So it's a 90-day program, and it's called Navigate.
Wow, having somebody really there who knows what you're going through, who can walk with you step by step, as you said, that sounds like an amazing resource to have.
It is. It's a big layer of support.
Is this a program that you're able to, that you charge through for Families Against Narcotics, or do you have to have insurance?
So all of our services are free of charge. So there is no fee for a peer recovery coach. There's no fee for a family recovery coach. None of our services require any fees.
If somebody wants to contact you and get involved and start services, how would they do that?
So they would actually go to our website at www.familiesagainstnarcotics.org, and we have all of our programs listed. They can click on whatever program they're interested in, or they can contact me at Safaa@familiesagainstnarcotics.org.
So if somebody is concerned about a loved one, maybe they're noticing some signs that there is a substance use disorder, but that person is not quite ready to reach out for treatment, what are some steps that people can do to help a loved one take a step towards recovery?
So I think the most important thing is talking to them, talking to them about substance use disorder, educating them. But if they're not ready, there's not much a person can do. So we do have our Hope line that is 1-833-202-HOPE or 4673. And the hours of operation for that Hope line is 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. So this Hope line will answer any questions that anybody has. If they have a loved one who's struggling and they need direction, the person who answers that Hope line will give them direction. If they call the Hope line and they would like to get into detox or treatment, they will assist them into that whole process of calling the Access Center. Sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes an hour and a half with these phone calls, but they stay on the phone with them the whole time, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's amazing to have somebody to walk you through when many people in the community have not been through this before. So having a guiding hand there is very key.
Absolutely.
If you're just joining us, this is Bright Spot, your community connection to wellness presented by CNS Healthcare. Today we are speaking to Safaa Elmessiri from Families Against Narcotics about substance use disorders and recovery. Safaa, let's talk a little bit more about Narcan, something we hear a lot about. It's pretty trendy now to be Narcan trained. Can you just take a step back with us and tell us what Narcan is and how you can become trained to administer it?
So we do offer Narcan trainings at Families Against Narcotics, and we do offer them via in-person or in Zoom. So if they go to our website at familiesagainstnarcotics.org, they would click on the naloxone training to register. It's an hour-long training, and once they're completed the training, they'll receive a free Narcan kit. So the way the Narcan is used, it's very simple. It's a nasal spray. You learn all the details during the training, so you'll know exactly how to perform it.
What does Narcan do for people with substance use disorders?
So Narcan, it actually revives the person back to life if they are overdosing, and it has saved so many lives. So we like to give out as much Narcan as possible, and we like to do as many trainings as possible. So I've actually been training drug courts, doctor's offices. Although you would think, doctor's office, of course, they have Narcan, but they still like to have trainings done every so often. So, we do all kinds of businesses that we go into and do the Narcan trainings.
Now, we at CNS Healthcare do mental health services, and we hear a lot about the stigma that people still feel when going for services. And we know that's very similar with substance use disorders, that many times people are hesitant to reach out, hesitant to talk to anybody in their life and admit that they think they have a problem because they don't want to be judged. Now, in your work, how do you talk to the community members about stopping that stigma for substance use disorders?
That's a good question. So actually recently we started an Oakland County fan chapter, and what that is it's a monthly forum, and it's every fourth Tuesday of the month. We have it at the Southfield Pavilion, and we get the community members together. We have people in recovery. We have people who are still actively using. We have leaders in the community. We have lawyers, judges. We usually have a speaker, and last month was Judge Clifton from the drug court in Lincoln Park. So he spoke of his experience with his participants, and the success stories that he had. And then we have a person in recovery who talks about their story. We also like to break the stigma during these meetings. That's one of our goals, is to break the stigma. So we like to invite as many people as possible to be able to come together and just, have the education needed and break the stigma and have the resources there.
Now, beyond all of the amazing tips and activities that you've already shared, if community members want to get more involved in FAN or support your work, how could they do so?
Okay, yes, we have a few different options right now. We are always looking for peer recovery coaches. Oakland County, Wayne County, Macomb County, we are all over the state of Michigan. So if you're interested, just, reach out to me. And you have to have at least 2 years of sobriety to be a peer recovery coach. We will provide them with all the training that's necessary and also family recovery coaching. So it's not just the individual that struggles, right? It's the whole family. They suffer from, the aftermath of everything. So we do offer family recovery coaches as well to support the family. So we're always looking for family coaches as well. And the requirement for that is you just have to have a family member that has a substance use disorder. We're looking for angel volunteers. That's a big one. So angel volunteers kind of goes hand in hand with our Hope Not Handcuffs program. And what our Hope Not Handcuffs program is, we are partnered with many different police departments across the state of Michigan. So anyone who's struggling with a substance use disorder can walk into the police department and say, I'm struggling, I need help getting into treatment. So they cannot get in trouble. They cannot, the officer cannot say you're in trouble, you're high, you have drugs on you. It's just, that's not how our program works. So they will call us at FAN and we'll send out an angel volunteer. So an angel volunteer will meet them at the police department. They'll assist them with the whole process of calling the access center and getting them into treatment. We will send them a lift and they will go from the police department to the treatment center. So that's one way an angel can assist, an angel volunteer. We also have angel volunteers who can assist with the Hope Line. So they would have a shift, maybe a 4-hour shift from like 8 to 12 or something. Just kind of answering the calls, but it's all, they're all trained in the angel volunteer. It's a very short training. If you're interested in giving back to the community, this is an excellent way to give back.
Is there anything else you'd like to share, Safaa, about substance use disorders or FAN's work in the community?
We do a lot. We do a lot of outreach, and I just like to go around and educate on our programs, and so we do offer many different programs. And if you're interested in learning more about our programs, you can go to familiesagainstnarcotics.org. or contact me at 248-765-4566 or Safaa@familiesagainstnarcotics.org. I will be able to assist you and direct you in the right path of whatever it is that anyone needs. So if you need any kind of help, please reach out to me, because this has become an epidemic that it's just out of control, and the amount of overdoses that we're seeing is horrible. Our last program that I wanted to talk about is our quick response team. So that is also an initiative with police departments to where we have a team that goes out to overdoses that had happened, and so it's comprised of a police officer, a family recovery coach, and a peer recovery coach. Me personally, I'm on the Troy Police Department Quick Response Team. We go out every other Tuesday. The officer gets a list of the people who have overdosed. We visit those people and we let them know you're not in trouble just because an officer is here. We're here to offer you resources. Mostly they like to utilize the peer recovery coaches, and the family members that we meet with also, they love this program, the Navigate program, so they do utilize the family recovery coaching. So we just kind of connect them. We're a great connection, it's like the glue, right? So that's an amazing program as well.
Thank you so much, Safaa, for everything that FAN is doing in the community. Well, thank you all for joining us today for Bright Spot, CNS Healthcare's new virtual show. We hope you'll mark your calendars and continue to join us the second Monday of every month to discuss feelings, struggles, and finding one's way. If you have a topic that you'd like to hear discussed, please drop it in the chat or comment on this video. A few upcoming events at CNS Healthcare that we want to make sure you're aware of. August 17th, we are hosting a suicide prevention event in Southfield focusing on reducing access to lethal means. In September, we are hosting 2 vaccination events for flu and COVID, Vax Bash, one in Detroit and one in Waterford. So please check out the events on our Facebook page at CNS Michigan for more details and to register. Remember this month to be a bright spot. You never know when a smile, a compliment, or a kind word can change a person's day. Have a great week.